Yes, sir, let's get to it. Hanging with Beatdrop podcast, episode 153. I hope you are having a magnificent day. And if you're not, let's hope that we can change that right quick. You feel me? 152 was Treasure the Little Things. You know what I mean? If you have not checked out the episode, go check it out. And treasure the little things. But today, what I want to get into is nobody has it figured out. Let's be real, nobody has it figured out. We are all trying to do our best, and I think it's important to have the conversation of giving yourself grace. We all have different seasons in our life, and I think one of the most difficult things to accept is when you're going through a challenging season, to rush what that season is trying to teach you. And look, I get it. I love social media. I love it to promote whatever I'm doing. I love it to get entertained. But one thing we have to be self-aware about, on social media, we are all posting our highlight tape, right? We're all posting the great things. We don't really post the difficult parts, right? We don't post the adversity that we go through. And nobody's gonna throw you a pity party. There has to be this place where you become self-aware. Everybody's seasons is different, and you can't rush your process. You could be going through a season where your career is thriving, but your relationships are crumbling. And life will humble you, man. Life will put you in a place where you have to reach out to people, have humility, and really do the inner work. I just constantly remind myself to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the growth, to know that I'm evolving, that I changed my mind. Things that I believed in several years ago, I now have a different perspective about it now. And I think that's the beauty and growth, being intentional with doing the inner work, the boring stuff, the hard stuff. I just encourage you to ask yourself, the current season that I'm in, what can I learn from this? And how can I just grow? How can I get better? Your timing and your journey is different. God has a plan for you and I, and it's all different. Everybody has a different journey. I've come to a point where I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, some of us are trying to figure out a next career move, be more intentional in our relationships. Some of us are just trying to figure ourselves out, be proud of where we're at, because you could also look back in this time and be like, hey, you know what? That season taught me a lot about myself and how I could implement that moving forward. Everybody's journey is so different. It's almost to the point where you feel like everybody has it figured out and you're the only one that can't get it right at this moment. And we have to be careful at that point. That's when we start to get overwhelmed and we start to overthink. We have to get ourselves out of that hole, because you even get bitter, or you could get negative, and you start hearing yourself talking. You're like, I wouldn't like to hang out with myself right now, which is why it's important to do the inner work, man, to really figure out what triggers us and all that. And that's a constant journey. If not, we're just gonna be walking around negative and judging and everything, and it's like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody gonna want to hang out with you like that. Enjoy your process, man. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy where you are in life. Me, I have to constantly remind myself what I'm talking about today, because as you get older, and me as a father, you want to set a good framework for your kids and the people around you. And in the end of the day, man, we just gotta keep doing the work, keep working on ourselves, because if you work on yourself, it helps the relationships around you as well. I think sometimes we forget to do their inner work. We forget, we fall off on ourselves. Which is why it's important to be intentional with us working out, with us all that stuff that's like the boring stuff, right? Like all the stuff is like, yeah, work out and meditate, like all those things that at some point in my life I was like, I don't need to meditate. But if it helps, if it makes you feel better, then why not? Just do it. Our nutrition, like all those things that create, self-improvement, create self-growth is important. So I just, strongly encourage you to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm doing my best. I'm trying the best that I can. We didn't, go into this world and, have this perfect framework for us to live. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing the best that we can, no matter what age you're at, no matter what is going on. Sometimes life just throws you unexpected events. You know what I mean? We're human. And I hope this is a reminder for yourself to be like, hey, I'm trying to figure it out, and if there's I feel like there's also a part of you when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're not doing your best. We had to also be realistic and be like, hey, you know what? I could have been better today, or you know what? I could have worked out today, but I wanted to just sleep in. Like we got to have those conversations sometimes and hold ourselves accountable. We can't just be like, oh, not like, nah, man. There's times where it's like, we got to be like, listen, Linda, listen. Like, we could have been better today, and not to talk to ourselves in a negative way, but holding ourselves accountable. We're because nobody's gonna come and save you. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you, and that's a reality that you're gonna have to come and face. That it's you on your own, it's you by yourself. In the end of the day, you talk to yourself more than anybody in this world. And as much as you have friendships and really all that great stuff that you're showing love to everybody, you have to love yourself, and you have to really be in a good place, because I'm just gonna throw some crazy stuff at you, man. As I've gotten older, you have to have this thing where it's almost like you accept it's not good or it's not bad. It's just life. That's just life. Wanted to jump in here, give you guys some love, encourage you to be the best version of yourself, to come to a place where nobody has it figured out, and to love yourself, love your family, love your friends, and love the new relationships that you're creating. And let's have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and just want to show my love and keep it going. All right. Hanging with Beatdrop podcast, man. 153. Mental praise. Praise your mind. I say it all the time. Praise your mind, baby. Love y'all, man. Y'all take it easy. God bless. I'm outies. Deuces.